Welcome to the Connaught Competition Engine's Irish Hillclimb and Sprint Championship report from rounds 1 and 2. This first weekend of the 2012 season was hosted by the Wexford Motor Club at Ballyhogue on the 31st of March and Barntown on the 1st of April. With Sylvie Mullins and Paul O'Connell arriving for this opening weekend, things are hotting up at the head of the field, and it looks like Simon McKinley will have to dig deep if he's to go 3 in a row with the championship. John Byrne and Joe Courtney will be hoping to build on their pace from last year, so it looks like we're in for a real treat in 2012. Immediately, Sylvie Mullins set the pace on the first run, with McKinley just over a tenth of a second behind. O'Connell, followed by Courtney, were next, both within 2 seconds of the leader. Mullins was over half a second faster again on the second run in the V8 Gold. Joe Courtney pulled back over 8 tenths, but O'Connell, suffering from electrical problems, dropped out of the running for the day. McKinley responded to Mullins' pace on run 3, with the time just 2/100ths off the Clareman's run 2. But there was more in the Gould, and by the end of the day he'd steadily improved to a winning margin of 0.92 of a second, and the first 10 points in the championship. In the contest for overall points over the weekend, Dermot Nolan gathered 3 for a 10th and a 9th place over the weekend. Éanna Carroll, in the turbocharged Civic, gathered 4 with an 8th and a 10th placing. John Mahon, in the DJ, put together 7 points with a 9th and a 6th place. Neil Anderson, in his ward, came out equal with Rory Stevens' Radical with 8 points each. Anderson was 7th each day and Rory was 6th and 8th. Joe Courtney's 4th place on Saturday and 5th on Sunday earned him 13 points. Paul O'Connell managed 5th on the first day with his troubles and was closer to form on the second day with 3rd, giving him a haul of 14 points, while John Byrne, in the Jedi, made up 15 points from his 3rd and 4th places at the weekend. Elaine O'Reilly had a perfect weekend in Class 1, sponsored by the Daly family in memory of Terence. She got the maximum 20 points from the 2 days. Marty Kinsella, Aidan Courtney and Neil Bradbury ended up equal on 15 points. Marty's best result was on Sunday when he was 2nd. Aidan's best was that day too, 3rd, and Neil's best was 3rd on Saturday. Trish Daly was 2nd on Sunday but had electrical trouble and had to double drive on Sunday, where she came 6th. 14 was her tally. Brendan Dawson got 11 points in his Civic. Declan Cundlin had Class 2 sponsored by the Galway Motor Club all to himself and took maximum points there. He had the honour of being the fastest escort on Saturday. It was a similar story for Ian Quinn driving the Mini Busa in Class 3A sponsored by Quinn Motorsport. Class 8, sponsored by the Carlow Motor Club, was also a one-man show for Shay Delaney. Rory Stevens and Neil Anderson collected 19 points apiece. Éanna Carroll collected 16, and webmaster Dennis Hogan of irishhillclimb.com was 4th both days in his BMW. Alex Wilsden was 5th each day in his Mark 1. Class 4, sponsored by the Motor Enthusiasts Club, is calculated on a handicap system. Bernard Foley was the fastest on Saturday, and Mick O'Shea was fastest on Sunday on scratch. On handicap, Foley got maximum points both days. Barry Smith in his Mark 1 Escort collected 18 points for 2 second places. Alan Kessie received 16 points for 2 third places, driving a Mini this weekend. Dermot Quigley got a 6th and a 4th to claim 12 points in the Anglia. Colin Grant made the same total as Mick O'Shea over the 2 days, 7th and 5th for him, and vice versa for O'Shea. Ed Cassidy took 7 points from just 2 runs on Saturday in the Iona Special. Wolfgang Schneier gained 6 points for 2 8th places in his midget. Jerry Freeman equalled his score with a 10th and a 6th. Sean Murray was 9th each day in his Lotus Elan, while Vincent O'Reilly picked up a point on Sunday. Killian Connaught was very fast, recording just 1 time on Saturday to win his Class 5, sponsored by the Wexford Motor Club. An accident on Sunday saw him taken to hospital to be checked over. We wish him a speedy recovery. His only time recorded on Sunday was also good enough to make it maximum points for the weekend. Eugene French was 2nd in the points both days and only 11 tenths behind Killian's time on Sunday. In Class 6, sponsored by Carnew Tyre Centre, Deirdre Delaney was 4th each day, behind John Mahon 3rd each time, Joe Courtney 2nd and John Byrne 1st. In Class 7, Brendan Harper was 5th each day in his Delta T81. Dermot Nolan was 4th in the points each time and Paul O'Connell was 3rd. Simon McKinley and Sylvie Mullins' points were the same for the class as they were overall. With 9 points from Saturday, McKinley pushed even closer to Mullins on Sunday. He had the lead after run 2, but once again Sylvie seemed to be able to turn up the pace as the day went on. Fastest on run 3, he won this second round by 0.35 of a second and takes a 2-point lead in the Connaught Competition Engines Irish Hillclimb and Sprint Championship to his home event in County Clare on the 14th and 15th of April.